What's going on, guys? It's Avery, aka the better looking Mark Zuckerberg. What do you guys think? Am I better looking or worse looking than Mark Zuckerberg? Comment below. Just type in better or worse. Let me know. And then I'll reveal to you guys if I have more or less money in my bank account. In this video, I'm going to talk about how three of my friends became millionaires for sure last year. And I think I have 5 or 6 millionaire friends now. And I'm going to talk about and those are confirmed. There's probably other people that I just haven't even thought of, but those are like people close enough to me to consider like a big deal. So I'm going to talk about what I've learned from them, the 3 things I've learned observing them. And yeah, let's dive into it. Got some espresso this morning, Cuban style. And I'm about to go in Starbucks and work. It used to be my tradition to come here and work first thing in the morning. 4 years ago, almost 5 now. Only 2 years ago I was here, but 4.5 years ago is when I really started my business. And so if I was in college, this would be my 5th year of entrepreneurship. So I'm like a 5th year senior right now in entrepreneurship. So I should know my shit. So we're going to talk a little bit about tips and tricks and what I really think these are 3 huge breakthroughs that you could implement in your life, and that I'm certainly going to implement in mine when it comes to becoming a millionaire. So number 1 is abusing what works. It's finding a strategy that cranks out profit and then just dialing that to 10. And so whether this is you find a product that is profitable, you have a sales pitch that works really well, whatever it is in entrepreneurship that is making you money. A lot of people will take their foot off the gas once they start, really kind of like getting good profits. Like, oh, okay. But if there's not much risk involved, dial it up to 10. Why are you waiting? And think of ways, how can I mitigate my risk and still dial this to 10? So a way, for example, in Amazon would be merchant fulfill. If you can buy a ton of inventory, like $100,000 plus, which I did in the summer of 2021, and you can return the inventory if it doesn't sell, but it's likely going to sell in a week or 2, that's an example of dial that shit to fucking 10. If you're selling information online, which I also do, and you have a sales pitch that works good, maybe when you say the words XYZ, people buy your shit. Keep saying the words fucking XYZ, and more people are going to buy your shit, And so I think novelty, I'm going to talk more about this in a second, but entrepreneurs, especially people like myself, enjoy novelty so much. Sometimes it's not that important. Sometimes the important thing is just abusing the fuck out of what's currently working. So tip number 1 is if it's making you profit, and if it's scalable, and if there's not a lot of risk involved, dial that shit to 10. Number 2, give me a second. I don't have notes on this video. What is number 2? Brand is key. Brand is key. So if you guys truly want to build a business that you're able to exit for millions of dollars, which I know is a goal of mine, I want to build a business where I'm able to exit for 8 figures plus, maybe multiple businesses. You have to be able to be good at building brands. And you could build personal brand, you could build a product brand, you could build a software brand, which is what I'm doing. I'm doing personal brand, software brand. I don't have product brand yet, so my Amazon business is not as valuable as somebody else's could be. Private label Amazon businesses are the most profitable Amazon businesses in terms of exit, if you want to exit. So you need to have a brand if you want to have a huge exit and if you want to have that big payday. If you don't have that, don't expect a big payday. Yes, Amazon businesses can create a ton of cash. You can create, 6 figures profit in 1 month, but you're probably not going to be able to sell that business if it's an arbitrage business. Even if you have a wholesale business, I don't know too much about the exits of wholesale businesses, but we just saw iServe or whatever their name was their name, the huge company, Pattern. They were doing millions a year. One of the biggest sellers on Amazon, and they could not exit at all for anything. Well, actually, I don't know if they tried to exit, but they could not get public investors. And it turns out they were not profitable for a few years. So having a brand is key, guys. And so as entrepreneurs, like, I was actually talking to somebody else in the community who's pretty big, and I think they had a misunderstanding because they were like, I don't even know how to explain this. They were like, they essentially said something along the lines of, I haven't made all my money from reselling, therefore I'm not qualified to teach people how to make money reselling. And I'm like, any smart entrepreneur, any smart Amazon seller is going to look for ways to diversify. So that's why I sell information online. That's why I started restricted inventory. That's why I'm starting a software business. And the reality is, unless you have a private label brand or some type of, unless you have a fucking brand on Amazon, you are not going to be able to have that 8-figure exit that you dream of, you know? And so Gary Vee is a huge proponent, and you give a big shout out to Watch Me Amazon. When Watch Me Amazon went on Gary Vee was like, dude, big props to you because you're diversifying from, you built this big Amazon business, which I don't even think Watch Me Amazon could exit his business for that much because it's strictly wholesale. He does have a little bit of private label, I think, but to my knowledge, it's mostly wholesale. He probably couldn't exit for that much. And Gary Vee told him, he's like, you're really smart for building a brand out of what you built. You built all this, you did all this shit, and then you build a brand out of it. It's a personal brand. You can't exit that, but it's extremely valuable. And now he's building a software company, and he'll be able to exit that. And that's great. So brand is key. And so I think the person that messaged me that had a misunderstanding of being good at business. And if you're going to be good at business, you got to have a fucking brand, you know? Also, reselling is not rocket science. You don't have to resell for 5 fucking years to teach it. I feel like I'm more qualified than any bookseller probably on YouTube. Sorry, Caleb. Then I really do. I've been to every fucking corner of America selling books in this fucking car. And with learning books, it's not that steep of a learning curve compared to maybe private label or wholesale or online arbitrage, you know. So tip number 3 or thing number 3 that I observed is be willing to do boring things every day. If you're constantly seeking novelty in your business, then you are going to be broke. The reason why is the moment you have something work, you're going to get bored of it, and then you're going to go to something else, which I've done this dozens of times. I'm like, okay, this is making me a lot of money. Let me go focus on something else. Literally, I've done it like a lot. I probably could have built some of the businesses, especially like restricted inventory, way bigger if I just would have focused more on it. But every time, you know, that got big, then I started focusing on something else. And now my focus is building a software company. That's where I'm putting most of my eggs in that basket. And so you have to be willing to do the boring stuff. Even when it comes to my online arbitrage business, I'm selling like one product really well. I usually have a few products that sell really well. And then sometimes I still try to go find other products. And it's like, why am I trying to find other products when I don't even have like a 60-day supply of this shit that's just cranking? I should load the fuck up on that. You know, I should find more products like that. And so you can take this concept and you can apply it to anything. Like, I'm getting jacked as shit because I'm in the gym and I'm lifting weights you guys can't see right now. But I woke up at 161, which is close to the most muscle I've ever had on my body. And it's because I'm following a very simple workout. I'm doing one exercise each day, and that one exercise is the most important exercise for me to build mass that day. All I'm doing is 3 exercises total: bench press, deadlift, squat. I'm doing the bare minimum to add muscle to my body. I'm lifting as much weight as possible. I'm doing the correct rep ranges to build as much strength as possible. And shout out to Pavel. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's a strength coach, and he actually motivated me a lot in business just from his strength advice. But he's like, you need to simplify everything down to the only things that matter. Strip everything else. Strip the fucking burpees you're doing. Strip all the extra bullshit, because that's actually taken away from the strength you could have if you just would have deadlifted heavy as fuck weight for 5 sets of 5. Don't fucking go in the corner and do pistol squats, whatever the fuck. Focus on the exercise that's going to make you stronger, and it's the same thing in business. Focus on the shit that's making you money. And that's what I noticed. I won't drop names, but I went and hung out with 2 of my friends who became millionaires last year, and both of them doing boring ass shit all fucking day. Actually, one of them just does whatever the fuck he wants now. The other one, doing boring ass shit all fucking day. It's about doing the boring work. That is what's going to make you a millionaire. That's how I'm going to become a millionaire. It's doing the boring shit over and over and over and over again. And so, yeah, and if you have a brand, then if you keep doing the boring shit over and over again, maybe you can make your way to $1 million just from being good at business and getting cash coming in. But you can certainly, you know, sell a business for 8 figures plus if you build a valuable brand over time. So that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. What are your thoughts on this as Amazon sellers, as entrepreneurs? What are your thoughts on everything I've said about the Amazon business? I don't think Amazon sellers can exit for a whole lot unless you have a brand. So I think building a brand outside of it is smart. And so I think personal brands are smart. I think products as services, software as services to Amazon sellers is smart. I think software as services to any market that would want it, maybe in the wholesale sector, maybe in the wholesale sector in terms of you could branch out from Amazon sellers to, there's just so many fucking ideas and so many solutions that have not been resolved yet, that we as Amazon sellers, we know how to flip shit for money. We know how to go out and turn a profit. So take that knowledge, take that good sense of cash flow and just good business in general, risk aversion, all that. Take everything you know as an Amazon seller and apply it to something you can build a brand in, even if that's private label. Private label is actually the perfect brand for a lot of you guys if you guys don't like social media, because you can build you know how to analyze Keepa, you know how to analyze, you can learn keywords on Amazon, you can learn you know how to type in, oh, there's not like an optimized product here, but there's a lot of search volume for it, and then you can make a product. You know, that's the perfect business for somebody who's doing really well in OA and wants to build a brand. So that's it, guys. Much love. And I will see you in the next video. Hit subscribe if you guys want to see more content like this and if you want to help the channel out. Peace out. See you next time.